More like Mathfinder. What? So since everybody loved me making Yip Yap in 2nd edition Pathfinder so much, that's a lie joke. Nobody watches this content. I'm screaming into a void. Anyways, we're going to make Yip Yap Notail in 1st edition. That's something I want to point out really quick. First edition, 2nd edition, 4E D&D, Pathfinder, 1st edition, 5E D&D, 2nd edition. I have a theory. I submit that the artwork for the books is from an edition ahead of the one that it was made alongside. I don't really know how to make that make sense. I might just cut that bit entirely. I just find that interesting. So, making Yip Yap presents the question of, well, where am I going to get the stats? They provided the stats. Not in the Monster Codex. The Monster Codex is not the monster manual for Pathfinder. That would actually be your bestiary. You might think, Steven, that was pretty obvious. I disagree. Also, I like the consistency, how it's not only the same kind of dragon on the covers, or for the bestiaries, the same troll on the covers. Also, the trolls on the covers don't look like the trolls in the book, because trolls actually look like boars. So, I don't know. Jury's out on Pumbaa's opinion on that. No, they look completely different on this cover. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. This is why I'm talking with someone about starting a podcast called Attention Deficit. Because I have it. Oh yes, same dragon, same art style dragon. Well, same form of dragon. Not just same color. Anyways, in the bestiary... Oh, why might there be a bookmark here? Wabam! The kobold. The humble kobold. With the subsection, kobold characters. Now, it just so happens that Yip Yap Notail is a kobold character. I also may be trying to distract myself from the fact that I was laid off from my job today. And, I should have picked up some Apple Orchard, or Angry Orchard. I'm in the mood for something sweet right now. Anyways, digression. So... Cool, I moved the character sheets farther away from me, because I'm smart. And you're nerd. I don't know, I'm sorry. I will edit this out. Oh, don't I look... I like this. I like... It's working. I just wish that I didn't have to re-dye this and this every, 2 weeks. I kind of like if this would connect. And these would connect, and this would finish filling in, like you can see. And on this side. You know? And I'm not saying that it was acne treatment gel, but I came to learn that most acne treatment gels of a particular type actually do have a hormone blocker in them that will make it harder to grow a beard if you use it on your face. It's great to know now. I didn't even have like severe bad acne. Um, Sometimes I would just get. Anyways, what's this? Oh, my pants just paid me. What does that mean? They did it again. Is this a vending machine? $1 million. I kid myself. Anyways, so yes, we have printed off a lovely character sheet. I'm actually going to use, I printed off two. I'm going to use the pure black and white one for Yip Yap, because that's sort of par for the course on this point. Now, unlike most of the other sheets of the day, I think even the second edition one had a place to draw him. I could be wrong. But there's no place to draw my character on this sheet. I'm a little disappointed. Disappointed, Paizo. I want a character portrait option. Make it so. So I suppose the first proper thing to do would be to port his stats. Now, one notable thing we won't actually be taking into account for Yip Yap, since anymore we're treating Yip Yap's modifiers as fixed regardless of racial bonus. They're just his stats upon which other things will build. But the statistic modifiers for being a kobold in first edition is a -4 strength penalty, a +2 dexterity, and a -2 constitution, because kobolds are fast but weak. Now, I want to note, because you can also make goblin characters in first edition Pathfinder, -2 strength. Kobolds are inherently weaker than goblins. But again, I'm actually just going to be looking up his second edition character sheet, because that's when I started being like, hey, I'm done trying to figure it out differently. We're just using his raw stats and letting the rest of the system speak for itself. Because I can't be bothered to look at the numbers on Roll20 for Yip Yap and try to refine that homebrew article where I got his modifiers from to figure out what I need to take away to get the raw roll that I originally rolled for Yip Yap. Maybe at some point I could do a retooling video where I redux all of those and make sure that the stats are actually right. I don't know. Anyways, it is time for me to use my copy-pasting cantrip to copy, and the cantrip worked, consuming the component for the Eldritch Lords of Mechanica Pensilis, which is a one-room apartment in Mechanus from which the business is ran that creates arcane mechanical pencils. Fortunately, I can also spend a higher level spell slot to find familiar utensil. Oh, don't always catch it right. So yes, as proper, his scores are 12, 15, 12, 6, 10, 11. For a +1, +2, +1, -2, +0, 0. I really forgot to do his character name. I should have done that first. Yep. Yep. Oh. Yep. Notail. Voila. Alignment is chaotic evil. Player is never going to be confused with anyone else. Character class and level. Well, we'll see once we get into everything what those things will look like by the end of it. Deity is Bleal Kiriga. Homeland. We're not there yet. Oh, yes, race. Kobold. Which means the size will be small. Because he has a height of 2 foot 6 inches. A weight of about 90 pounds. Hair is non-applicable. Eyes. Ooh, can you see what that was? Age 18. Gender. He's a boy. Now, for being a small boy, as it could be surmised from the last few things I have had to say, he gains a +1 size bonus to his AC, which is down here. Size modifier is a +1. Though, for whatever C, M, B, and D stand for, he receives -1. That's a surprise thing that even I don't know what it is yet. Now, another interesting thing going back to AC is that he does have a +1 natural armor for being a scaly little dragon drake creature. Yes, if you know your draconic classifications, if a kobold is going to be a draconic creature, it's technically it would be some sort of a runt subspecies of a drake. Now, he is not just a small boy, but according to the rulebook, he is also a crafty boy, which is totally what I'm going to call it if I ever release something that has stats for a kobold. Modifiers are just going to be X-boy. Which means being crafty means he has a +2 racial bonus to something mining. Profession mining? Yes. Miner. Miner is a +2. Put an RB back to know. So I know it's a racial bonus. We tick this little box, I think. Pretty sure. That's how it normally works. And on perception, he has a... Maybe it doesn't? Doesn't really say, he just gets that. It doesn't say that he's proficient, it just says that he has those. But he does also gain the +2 racial bonus on perception. Also on craft trap making. +2 racial bonus. Anything I've missed? Stealth. Craft trap making. Okay. Are always classed skills. Okay. So then that means that craft trap making is checked. Stealth is checked. But he doesn't gain a +2 to stealth. I'm going to sneeze. I am going to sneeze in a moment. Never mind. I've talked about it enough that it did not happen. So yes, okay. It is at this point I can switch out the book that's holding up this phone with the bestiary and the monster codex to hold it up as I actually open up the core book of Pathfinder to make a rogue. Now I want to say I really enjoy this. The core books for these games the same way I've enjoyed the core book for Call of Cthulhu, in that other than the monster manuals are separate, other than their creature codices, their bestiaries. Pretty much everything else that I would need for you got what you need right here to run a game, to play in a game. You don't really have everything you need to run a game in a player's handbook. There's a lot of information that's specifically only given in other sources, and I don't like that. So anyway, let's try not to crack the spine of this thing as I flip to, and will subsequently find myself bookmarking. Where are classes? Where the class at? Ooh. Ooh. There's art of the armor. Goodness. One bold choice that was taken when making this edition is in 3rd edition, the races. There was a spreadsheet of all of the races in a much more stripped back form of their clothing. But this is very clearly illustrated in a way where it's meant to communicate this is an illustration. This isn't art posing as real depiction. That's art posing as perhaps in-universe art. However, in Pathfinder, they are fully in their undies, and they are fully colorized, like in the art language of Pathfinder book, of the Pathfinder 1st edition books. These are like actual depictions of people in their undies, not just. Get what I'm trying to say? It's different. Why couldn't the half-elf woman be a redhead? I'm sorry, terrible jokes. Rogue. That is the one. The one thing that's better with the 2nd edition is sidebar tells you where you are. The 3rd edition should definitely have a sub bar that tells you what part of that section you are in. Look at that boy. Look at that wizard boy. The rogue. Who, honestly, for some reason, my brain has just kind of taken inspiration from this, and I'm working on a Shadow Dancer miniature. That's actually just a repurposed Eldar Guardian, I think. This guy. Same armor. Which I'm making because I'm never going to get in Warhammer. But I can at least have my trophies from buying overpriced boxes of plastic. So I can have my trophy, and I can have a properly painted one of those. Oh, I missed the knee is just completely missing. Hmm. Oh well, that's what next passes are for. Now that I've got his cape molded on him, which was a whole ordeal, had him drying all night and day. Look at that! Isn't that so dynamic in a pose? Um, anyways, now I can go back and paint more. Um, anyways, sorry. The rogue alignment, any. Um, hit die, a D8. It doesn't get into all that weird 5th edition stuff of hit die at level 1, hit die at. If it just said like hit dice per level, um, or just said like, or like, could make that a part of the chart, the whole graphed out chart. I'm working on a project called the. Well, I don't have to tell you yet, but I'm working on a little something of optimizing concepts from various systems. Um, anyways. There's no place for hit dice on my character sheet. Oh, there they are. I had to read between the lines. We once again return to Jank Front Cam to put in my class skills, which are. Do I get all of these? What? Wait a second. Do I get all of these? Okay, one thing I may have missed. I'll have to double check. Okay, my attempts at rules lawyering are inconclusive. But at the very least, in Pathfinder, you cannot purchase more ranks in a skill than your current level. So I'll actually have to factor this per level. Fortunately, just like 3rd edition, it is 8 plus my intelligence modifier, which is a -2, which means I have 6 points to distribute across the lot of skills. Yeah, that many that I have 6 points I can put into for the next the next 2 levels. So I'm just gonna do all of that. So that means I have a pool of 6 plus 6 plus. Ooh, let's not think about that too much. 6 and 6 is 12, and 6 is a number. That number is 18. So I have 18 points to spend. So there I've distributed 16 points worth. Now I'm going to enter the raw ability mods, and I think I should be able to tally everything up. That might actually change. As tedious as this whole ordeal of a process is, I do actually like the results of this method, because it ultimately means that at level 1, it's only in 5th edition where at level 1, something you are trained in will reasonably be less than a +5, I'll say. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that not a single of Yip Yap's trained stats for 3rd edition are below a 5. 0 is the final. And I may have to change some of these, but
there comes a point in your brain slowly disassociating from what you're working with where you question if your math was based off of a joke your brain told itself. I don't even remember what it was. So, after a brief break to ensure that I will get more inebriated and more caffeinated, this is going on YouTube. Drink responsibly and letting background noise die down. We are going to return to me filling out his skills. All right, with that, with that painstakingly accomplished. Oh, how did this get here? Yeah, it's at first level. Most things seem to be less than 5 or in the negative because of that a negative modifier, but that will very quickly change. And again, as much as I am kind of default, as much as my default settings are for 5th edition, this is the first thing that I changed with tinkering around with my own thing is that the skill system works mechanically like the older, like 3rd edition skill system. Um, because the only real thing in 5th edition that can increase your stats over time, other than I think maybe you can train in a few things, is your proficiency bonus, which goes up roughly every 4 levels, which is a long time, and your 1 or 2 ability score increases that come every maybe every 4 or more levels. So let's say for Yip Yap's stealth feature, his flat ability modifier is a +2. So in 4th edition, at 3rd level, he on top of that has a +2, +2 to stealth. Now, one, I need to double check if I have expertise actually figured in to that character sheet. And two, even if I do, and that means I have double proficiency bonus. That means I have a 6 for if stealth is an expertise. Um, if stealth is an expertise skill for Yip Yap 5e, he can't improve that until from first level until 4th level, when he can, because he has a 15, he's right on that border to upgrade it to a 16, where he would get a +3, which only bumps that skill up by 1, making it a 7 for stealth, sleight of hand. And then he has to wait another 4 levels. Actually, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, four more level ups, and then he can. Actually, he can't even increase it at that point. Because at that point, he will then put a point into it to make it 17, and he'll have to wait another time to make it 18. He can't even get. He can't even make the most out of those ability scores. It's a very slow progression that ultimately frustrates me as a player because I am often a low roller. Um, and if you on average are rolling mid to low results, and the best you're pulling out of a benefit is um like really low and not going to improve for a long time, it's not as fun. And it ends up feeling more cluttered with the other editions, with these being the lists being this long and this calculated. But when I need to go through this again, actually I shouldn't have done this. This was very dumb of me. I need to now go through for level 2 and put in the ranks, and then level 3 and put in the ranks. Oh, sorry. My phone, mostly my charger. And to you, the audience. So this 3 can become a 9 by level 3. Um, you can't even have. No, you could through proficiency and raw modifier end up with a +9 to a roll. But it would take, you either need to be, yeah. So I realize I should have had it facing me for this talk because I'm just talking to myself at this point and you. Um, you have to have rolled good. Yeah, you'd have to have rolled really high um, for the given stat in which the skill is rooted, that you have proficiency and expertise, and only focus your ability score increases on that skill. And by the end phase of your character's at least standard potential levels for 5th edition, um, unless your DM's going to allow you to multi-class at level 20, um, it kind of maxes out their standard rules. Um, you progress faster and more exponentially in literally every other edition. In my experience, that as far as I know, every other edition of D&D, and even its greatest um, uh, apple that has fallen from a tree and sprouted its own orchard. Um, yeah, and it's I don't hate 5th edition. I just eh. I like a lot of what it brings to the table. Um, but ultimately, one time tested and proven to have been an off decision was that very limited um, bonus, I guess, to the rolls, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. Um, when you roll your math, it boils down to this book tells me when I roll the math rocks, I don't get to add as much. And so I'm not as happy as when this edition, that's not even made by the same company, um, says that I can add more to my math rocks at the same level. Um, let's go back to building Yip Yap. So the one thing I'm not sure I like about this version is I get it. I can't be a higher rank in any given skill than my level. Uh, but that leaves me with a lot of overhang, as it were. Um, a lot of it doesn't say what happens to those points that I'm eventually unable to spend, or maybe we'll see. We'll trust that they have in some strange mock divinity have figured out how to actually make it balance so that if I put points up to my maxing out at my level for each thing to that it'll all work out and there won't be overhang. So let's do that. So I used 8 points. I had to take away a 9th point from a thing that was already maxed out. So, oh wait, no, I already messed that up because nothing can be. Can't have more. I don't think I like Pathfinder First Edition's skill system either. Okay. I like it. Yeah. I understand it. I understand it more in a mechanical sense than 5th edition. But I don't like it. It's not bad. It makes more sense. It progresses faster, but it progresses diminishing return. Like this is basically it's basically saying with extra steps that you have a bonus to all of your class skills equal to um, your level. Um, Now, I suppose this is different for Rogue because Rogue has, I think, about as many skills to distribute, potentially as many skills to distribute as there are skills to, as many points as there are skills, almost. So there is a little pick and choose. Um, oh, wait, no, I've been thinking about distributing this all wrong. Wait, have I? Wait. No, I wasn't because I was thinking 10. I played 4D chess against myself, and both of me lost. Um, I um the point was supposed I I gave myself a pool of 18 to just put everywhere up to 3rd level. Which okay, that would actually it's not one of these videos if I don't severely misunderstand something, is it? Well, I don't think I had that issue in the last one. Um yeah, nothing has changed. Um Nothing has changed about my opinion. Uh, +5 perception is actually pretty good. Pretty good. For as low intelligence as he is apparently pretty watchful, pretty perceptive. He notices things. In Pathfinder, anyways. Um, I don't know if Journey to Miro Yip Yap has a full grasp of what's going on at all. So, okay, after accidentally casting Mind Sliver on myself, um, we have all of his skills down that now play into other thingamabobbers, and his AC also receives a +2 from his dexterity bonus. Alright, so he's proficient with armor but not shields, which is a problem because Yap has a shield. His character sheet is also very, very hard to this looks cool, but when you're trying to actually read what it says in there, no bueno. Should have hit bold on all of those words in black. So I'm proficient with simple weapons, so I think that just means I get my plus to them to use them. So it's a plus. Can Stygian stab be finesse? How do weapons work in this game? Where are the weapons? Where are the other drugs going? Oh, weapons. Which should mean... Nope, these are magic items. Well, that's what I'm basing it off. I think I'm basing the one character more off the idea of a shadow dancer. Sorry, ADHD moment. That person. Anyways. Yeah. I have a +2 bonus on sleight of hand checks made to conceal a dagger on your body. I think that's what Eepyap's poncho is for anymore. But that's really good to know. Oh. Oh no. They brought back the table of if you're a certain size category, the damage will be different when attacking someone of a drastically different size category, which makes sense, but is also excruciatingly tedious. I need my kind of camera. Actually, I need it in this. Is there a recorder where the camera is in the center of the screen? Because what I do to help myself, exist properly, is I monitor how I look on frame. It's really hard to do when the camera's all the way over here and my face is all the way over here. A dagger crits on a 19 or a 20. I don't like I get it from a game design standpoint. Oh, I do really like the decision for it to be piercing or slashing. I do like how it can be piercing or slashing damage. That's really good. Let's see. I wish it did that for more things. I don't like how certain things have been limited here. However, I do have that written down now. This is the one thing I do like, the idea of proficiency bonuses. Yeah. only having a +1 to hit with your primary weapon is a little meh. So I was able to calculate whatever CMB and CMD are, but I'm gonna have to go do a little diving to figure out what they are. He's got the perfect expression. He's just like, I can't believe. Like, do you see? Like, why did they have to make her like so hot, and why are we in our underwear? Man's not hurt. He's just like in consternated shock. What is CMB? Oh wait, I need to go to the section where it's just the manual. Is it not? Ooh, is there not one that just shows the page and tells me what is what? Ooh. Illegal space exists according to this manual. Ah, CMB. Combat maneuver bonus. During combat, you can attempt to perform a number of maneuvers that can hinder or even cripple your foe, including bull rush, disarm, grapple, overrun. From the Forgotten Realms, I want to read that. Overrun, sunder, and trip. Although these maneuvers have vastly different results, they all use a similar mechanic to determine success. Combat maneuver bonus. Each character and creature has a combat maneuver bonus. CMB that represents the skill. Base attack bonus with strength modifier plus special size modifier. Creatures that are size. Performing a combat maneuver. While performing a combat maneuver, you must use an action appropriate to the maneuver you're attempting to perform. While many combat maneuvers can be performed as part of an attack action, full action, or attack of opportunity, others require a specific action. Unless otherwise noted, performing a combat maneuver invokes an attack of opportunity from the target of the maneuver. If you're hit by the target, you take damage. You take the damage normally and apply that amount as a penalty to the attack roll to perform the maneuver. If your target is immobilized, unconscious, or otherwise incapacitated, your maneuver automatically succeeds. Treat as if you rolled a natural 20 on the attack roll. If your target is stunned, you receive a +4 bonus on your attack roll to perform a combat maneuver against it. Alright, okay. This is like feats, but for hurting people. This is like feats, but different. Okay, so this is basically the martial. This is a martial class's equivalent of having a spell attack and a spell. Actually, it's like their own spell save DC. Well, no, yeah. Yeah, no. It's like an AC and then a bonus to hit their AC. That's completely different from regular AC. Cool. Confusing. I like 3rd edition. Says the guy who hasn't properly played it. But having made a character with the character sheet, I don't have a problem with its organization. Unlike 4th edition. This is based on 3rd edition, and I feel more confused than I did with Pathfinder 2nd edition. Which, I mean, kudos to Paizo for improving their ability to communicate, to represent the characters in their system. I don't think it's a bad concept. It's just this is getting into an organizational issue. This is getting into I need to deal with 2 things that are on other sides of the world. Yeah, maybe this is the problem with acronyms. This is the problem with acronyms. Oh, great Scott, I haven't even factored in his armor yet. You know what? In the spirit of Pathfinder being based on 3rd edition, there will be a video 1.2 that I'll make tomorrow because I need to give my brain a break, and there are other things I want to do. Like try not to fall into a pit of despair over me no longer having a steady source of income right now. If you would like to help me not fall into a pit of despair over my newfound lack of monetary income, you can check the link to my Patreon down in the description, where you can get my videos of me reading the Bible, which is going to go on hiatus because I don't even really want to use unemployment for that. This is alcohol. This is mostly soda anymore. I no longer have a steady stream of what I need to get this. So yeah, probably gonna have to hiatus that project, which I'd already let it stagnate. I'm sorry. On the bright side, I did start, as much as I am able, every day. I am doing what's called Lose Corner, where every day I upload a picture of my dog. So every day for just $1. You know, the next before it was just $5 and $10 tiers. For just $1 a month, you get to see almost every day a new picture of my cute doggo. In fact, here, let me look. This is where the pitch really sells. I'll be right back. This is Lone Jedi's faithful hound. When summoned, he gives the caster a +5 to his charisma. Why is your breathing so heavy right now? Oh, we love our bud. He normally doesn't breathe this heavy. He's probably got a little congestion going on. Huh? You got a little congestion, buddy. Say hi to your newfound fans. Woo. Okay. Oh, buddy. But yeah. There's 3 pictures so far. There should be 4. I missed a day, but that's why I'm saying nearly every day you get to see a new angle and pose from this cute face. And look, I'm giving you. I'm really wasting money because I'm giving you like 30. I'm giving you like 60 frames, 30 to 60 frames a second. That's 30 to 60 days worth of unique Lou pictures for $1 a month. Just $1. Just $1. It goes towards me paying rent on this place, which ultimately helps go towards this little fellow getting his insulin and his food, and us being able to live here and take care of him. Yeah. I know your little head doesn't think about that, but ours does. So, yeah. Hopefully, by using Stowell's Faithful Hound, I have rolled a successful persuasion. His ears perked up at my stammering. I've rolled a successful persuasion check on getting more patrons. The other stuff's cool too. You should check out the other stuff. I've got bloopers for my Bible readings. I'm gonna have other stuff. I'm talking about with a friend. I'm talking with a friend about doing a one-on-one D&D game on that will be exclusive to there. not D&D, Pathfinder. It'll be a Pathfinder second edition game for a very specific reason. So yeah. Say bye to the audience, Lou. Bye bye.
I have a theory that while the artwork for each edition is an edition for Pathfinder is an edition ahead of the one it's basically in response to, the artwork